Hi, I'm David Warner again, and I'm just finding these ELTHAM conversations to be so stimulating and exciting because our past students are doing just so many wonderful things. Today I'd like to introduce you to Catia Rizzio. Now, Catia is an extraordinary young lady, and so I'm probably going to break this interview up into a couple of segments. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Now, Catia, you finished school
in 2011.
right?
Yeah.
How'd you go?
Yeah, good. I was really happy with the results I got, and helped me get into the course I wanted to get into.
So, what did you get into?
I got into arts at Melbourne University.
Arts at Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you what you got?
I got a 97.75. Yeah.
Gee, that's about 20 points higher than I would ever think I could get. But that's good. So, is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few options available, and I was originally looking at a couple of other courses. I think that's why I kind of tried to aim high, because one of them had a really high ATAR score requirement. But then I kind of leaned towards that one because it really felt like it would allow me to diverge into a couple of possibilities, and I wasn't narrowing myself down too much as well. So yeah, that's probably why I chose that one.
Okay, good. For how long was your ATAR score an important part of your life?
Not that long really. I didn't feel like it was that important.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, you've got accepted into your course,
Mm-hmm.
but you decided to defer.
Yeah, I deferred. I just felt like I wasn't ready to start university yet, and I wanted to do other things in my life. I think that's one thing I really kind of felt I figured out in high school, was that, when I finished, I could do what I wanted to do, and the only thing I was really sure that I wanted to do was kind of go see the world and kind of earn some money for a bit and do.
Would you
things.
encourage others to take a year off?
Definitely. But I would encourage them to have an organised factor to that as well. I think some people who just decide to take a year off and then don't really do anything.
Sitting at home with your feet up watching television isn't...
No, that's not... Yeah, that's not really getting yourself out there and helping you at all.
Okay, well you have done some of the most exciting things that I've heard for someone who's just left school. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your last 6 months.
So basically I got back 1 month ago from overseas. I spent the first 3 months away in South America for a bit. I volunteered teaching English and at a conservation lodge, and then I toured around for a bit in Peru and Bolivia. And then I went up to the US, and through the Camp America program I worked at a performing arts camp.
Okay, can you just backtrack a little bit? You taught English in
Peru.
Mm-hmm. Where and?
It was in a town called Calca, which is in the Sacred Valley of Cusco. So it's kind of just out from the city.
So how did you get that? Did you just take off on your own and...
No. I went through a volunteer agency.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of, I think, the best way to do it, because they organise everything. They have offices here in Australia, and they really helped me figure out options and what I wanted to do and how to combine different things. And yeah, they were very, very helpful.
Okay, good. So then you went up to North America, and you mentioned something like Camp America. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, Camp America basically is a visa agency. They're a worldwide visa agency that puts basically anybody into a job at a summer camp in the United States. They also can put you into some camps in Canada and elsewhere as well, but mainly in the US. And so basically you go through them to help you get your visa, because you need a visa sponsor, and they put you basically into a computer system where the camps look for people with certain qualifications or skills to help run these summer camps that occur all over the country every summer.
Okay. And so how did you get there? Sorry, I know you jumped in the plane and you went to Peru and so forth, but how did you get a job with Camp America?
Basically, I went to an information night they had because I was kind of interested in it. I talked to the LifeWorks Centre about it as well, and they kind of recommended it. And I went to the information night. It sounded really interesting. And so then I decided that, yeah, I was interested in that. The application process was very long. It was all basically it was an online application, but it was really long, very, very tiresome. But I had a lot of help from LifeWorks as well. Like, I think I sat down with Mel for like 3 hours doing my application because it had to be only a certain number of words, but then had to convey a lot of stuff in the certain amount of words. And so then I went and I submitted the application. I did an interview with an interviewer that they have here in Melbourne. And then my application went online. But funnily enough, I kind of heard about the camp that I ended up working at. I heard about it beforehand because the lead singer from Maroon 5 went there. And I was watching The Voice one day, and he is a judge on that show, and he was talking about that camp. And so then I Googled it, and it sounded really interesting. So I sort of requested that my application go there first. And a lot of people, especially like in Camp America, knew about that camp because it's basically the biggest one in the States. And they're all kind of saying, oh, you know, they've got a really strict application process, you know, they might hold on your application for a while. Maybe you shouldn't request them because then your application won't go to other people. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just let it go to them and see what happens. And basically within not even a week of my application being online, they emailed me with just some more questions. And then I was expecting either a phone call or a Skype interview, but then I answered the questions in an email, and then I got an email back about 3 hours later saying, yeah, we've accepted you. And I was kind of like,
wow.
Wasn't it? Yeah, because that was when I was still here as well as a student. And it came back so quickly, and I was just amazed at, like, I got in there. And then they had a Facebook page up for all the staff members, and, like, I didn't even realise how big the camp was till I got there. Like, there's 500 staff members. It's about 800 kids.
Would you help me organise a summer music camp?
Yeah.
Because I just wonder why, with people like yourself and Rob, you know, Rob's retiring, but something like a month's summer music camp.
It could definitely work, yeah.
All right.
Like it took them, that camp's about 40 years old, and they started from very little, basically. And they've expanded that a lot. I mean, it's not just music. There was also sports as well. They had a really outfitted sports facility. They had the lake and all the waterfront activities as well. And they had a circus arena. They have like one of the biggest circus arenas in the world. And all the kids go down and do circus stuff.
We probably can't provide all of that.
Yeah.
It's certainly a music camp. So you've given me some good ideas. We might just stop this now. Catia, thank you.
That's okay.
Just hearing about what you've done. Now, that was 3 months, wasn't it?
Yes.
And so you spent a couple of months in Peru and Bolivia and so forth prior to that. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And you felt comfortable?
Yeah.
What skills did you take with you that helped you feel comfortable in strange lands?
I think just sort of like being smart about things, like not just being very, like, not too cautious, but just walking, you know, being cautious in your actions and thinking about the impact of what you do as well, and being responsible, I think, is probably the best way of being.
And hugely confident in yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to be hugely confident, otherwise you're gonna get eaten alive.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay.